This segment is sponsored by Lippert Cares. It is National Volunteer Week, and one local company is partnering with multiple nonprofits in our area.
I was able to learn more about the Lippert Cares initiative and how their team members will spend this week packing 100,000 items for those in need. Take a look. Well, we are live here in the at the fairgrounds in Goshen with Michaela Grimes from Lippert Cares. It's Volunteer Week, National Volunteer Week, and it's a big week for you. Yes. How does Lippert engage with this big volunteer program?
So coming out of COVID in 2020, we were really limited with volunteer opportunities for a 100,000 hour initiative. Nonprofits were scaling back on who they were allowing to come in and volunteer just with all the protocols. So we wanted to come up with a new event where our team members were still able to give back to the communities that we live in.
So crazy. I don't know if you noticed what she said, but this initiative is how many hours?
100,000 hours.
So your employees donate 100,000 hours a year in volunteer hours.
Yes.
Off the clock.
Off the clock. Yep,
Wow.
More than 100,000 hours. We've given over 550,000 hours since 2017.
Wow, that is a really, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, teaching children, you know, that to give back to their communities is hard enough, but you're able to do it with adults who have all this responsibility and yet culturally think it's so important that they donate all of their time. And what an impact you're making.
Yeah, we believe that business is in a position to be able to provide those opportunities for team members to help make our communities a better place. You know, we have that responsibility. We want our team members to give back, get involved in the communities. There are so many programs that are out there that would not be able to sustain without our volunteers.
You know, before COVID, it was easy, right? You could go out and do this or that, and you know, and that's kind of fun. Yes. And team building kind of as well. But it would have been super easy during COVID for you to be like, and we're done with that because it's hard. But you punted.
Yes.
And you made a difference, and you're continuing that this year. Volunteer Week is big. You're going to have long days.
Very long days.
So what's the process like? I mean, what are you doing here?
So this week we're going to be packing more than 100,000 items. We'll have 500 team members here this week, packing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we're just so excited. It's a huge team event, team effort, and at the end of the night they feel accomplished because they know that all these boxes, all these items are much needed for the nonprofits in our community.
You know, it's interesting, Bill, that companies will kind of throw out the concept of our culture is this, our culture is that. Lippert kind of puts, like, you know, their money where their mouth is with this volunteer week, but it's not just this week. You've got this like ingrained thing with your employees that they just stand up and serve.
Yeah, you know, Craig, we started on this mission probably close to 10 years ago, and we have a mission statement that says making lives better by developing meaningful relationships with our customers, our coworkers, and our community. And so it's easy to say that. It's another thing to actually live it. And so we try and live it internally in our organization and externally out in the community. So just this week, I would tell you this morning, when I turned my computer on, I had over 30 emails that just talked just about things that we're doing as an organization, helping internally as well as what's going to happen this week here.
Right, and so you know, you pack these boxes, you send them out to the nonprofits, and you don't realize maybe how many of your people in your organization's families or sphere of influences are directly benefiting from the work that you're doing during National Volunteer Week. But you told me a story earlier that I want you to share because I think it is so cool about one of your workers.
Yeah, we have one of our team members that works in our chassis division, and he has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And so even while he's fighting that cancer, he's been coming into the office just to see other team members and sort of his work family. So he mentioned earlier last week that he was trying to put a sidewalk in at his home, but unfortunately with his health, there's no way, and he didn't think he was going to finish it in time. Immediately, 23 team members that day got together, totally unplanned, went to his home and finished this project for him. And it's things like that that happen daily through our organization that are truly driving the culture that we have.
Right.
So
You make the world a better place, like one person at a time.
Yeah.
And it's so refreshing, because so often we just hear negative things about corporate culture or companies, or people aren't doing what they should be doing, and you're doing all the right things, and it's from top down, which is such a cool thing.
well, it's been fun to share a lot of those. And we do it through social media, and it's not to pat ourselves on the back, but it's to show other organizations they can do it. And we've had so many other organizations locally and throughout our whole system. We're an international company that have come and said, wow, how do we do that? And how do we get engaged? And show us what you're doing. And we've seen them step up and take charge of it. And right here in our own community. And so when all sorts of different organizations do that, the impact is incredible,
It
right?
is.
So
Well,
it's not just about Lippert. It's about how do you make a community where we all work together.
right.
National Volunteer Week. For more information on incorporating volunteer initiatives with your team members, you can reach out to Lippert Cares, lci1.com/social-impact, or you can call 574-312-8310 or email Michaela G at lci1.com.